All right, good morning, everyone. We are playing Helldivers today because once again I woke up a little bit late, late to the stream. I'm having a bad habit of coming late to the stream, so I gotta break that habit. But honestly, I didn't even know what to play today because I really want to play the Lord of the Rings game, but that doesn't come out until tomorrow. So we're just doing this because I was like, okay, I'm late. I need to grab something. Let's grab this, and then tomorrow we shall start the Lord of the Rings playthrough, which I am very much excited for playing, even though I'm still confident the game is not going to be great. I'm ready to be proven right, especially since the first couple early reviews have come out. Like they haven't allowed any like reviews, but they have like the first couple people publishing things, and basically all they have published is how to play the game, and that is definitely not a good sign for it either, so I still continue to think this probably isn't going to be great. I also saw somebody compare it to Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I don't know if y'all tried Disney Dreamlight Valley, but that was not a good game. Like, by any stretch of the imagination, that was not a good game in any like way, shape, or form. Like it was, I'm struggling to even think of a positive thing to say about Disney Dreamlight Valley. That's how much I didn't like Disney Dreamlight Valley was. I can't think of a single positive thing I would say about that game. So again, I'm going to give it a try. I like Lord of the Rings. I like the idea of a cozy Hobbit game where you're just farming rather than everything else. I just don't have high hopes for them to actually throw this one together as they should. Alright, we have landed in an absolutely terrible spot. This was 0 out of 10 worst possible location to land in, I think, and we're going to suffer the consequences. So we're also jammed, so this is terrible. This is very terrible. Where is that jam route? We've also got we have no supplies. We've got an artillery strike. We've got, there it is, Hulks. Let's go, I guess, try and take care of the jammer and hope for the best here. Wow, this may be the worst drop I've done in a while. This one might take the cake for worst drop I've done in a long time. I've only got one stim left. Hello, Abdullah. I am doing good this morning. How are you doing? Lockheed, welcome. The quality of life is insane. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? TW Summy, welcome, hello. Okay, we're in trouble. Thank you. I've been putting a lot of work into making my stream go up in quality, so I'm glad it's paying off. Oh, that is not good. Okay. This was the worst landing of all time. I can't believe we've made it this far. Let's see if we can at least get the jammer off. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. Everyone's being so nice this morning. Oh, so close. We just needed to click the button. We were so close. We almost did it. Almost. I'm surprised we made it that far, to be honest. I'm doing great today. You know, it's Monday. The work week is just starting. It's the end of the month, which means payday is coming up, which finally means that once payday hits, I can get a few of the games I've been wanting. We've been wanting to play Grimshire, which looks like Stardew Valley, but with like really dark aesthetics. So I'm really excited for that. We're gonna play the new Lord of the Rings game as soon as it comes out tomorrow. This is Helldivers 2, which is coming to Xbox next month. If you haven't played it yet, Helldivers 2, probably one of the best games I've ever played. Cannot recommend it enough. What time is it for me? It is 5 a.m. where I am. I stream from 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for y'all. And the rest of the time I'm working my regular job. And I've actually been working with someone else. I might pick up yet another job to help content creation for another group. So I am working too much to be honest. But oh, there goes our squad. All right, let's see. Excellent. Okay, we just need to click the button. You're in the UK. It's awesome, actually. I get a lot of people from all around the world. I've gotten a lot of people from like the Philippines, Indonesia. Like, I get people from all over the world because I stream so early in the morning. I know like so much of the USA is USA centric, right? Like they only care about the USA. They only talk about the USA. But because of the time I stream, I actually get a lot of people from all around the world. It's really cool to see people coming from all around the world and get to talk from people all over the world. Especially the other day we were talking about healthcare in the United States and talking to people from other parts of the world, discovering how horrible American healthcare actually is. And we were talking about like the cost of riding in an ambulance or cost of going to the emergency room is so large. Like, it was so shocking to people from all over the world. You're from Scotland. That is awesome. Scotland is on the bucket list of places to visit. My great grandma got to visit Scotland because she had a castle there she wanted to visit that was related to her family. So before she passed away, she finally got to go to Scotland to see her family castle, and that was really cool. And I've always wanted to go as well and see that family castle. So Scotland is on my list of places to visit someday because I definitely want to see that. Part Scottish, part Australian. That's an interest. I don't think I've ever talked to anyone who's part Australian, part Scottish. That's a pretty interesting heritage. I don't think I've heard that before. Oh, we're in trouble. Oh, we're in super trouble. I can't believe we lived through that. Holy cow, we made it. We made it. Oh, but not for long. Oh, not for long. This is just absolute bloody chaos up here.
Sending out an SOS.
Okay. Where are those walkers at? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop an orbital on them and hope for the best. Should visit the small town in Scotland named Carnoustie. I will add it to the list. I want to see everything. I want to see the world, right? Like, no doubt I want to see the world, but traveling the world is a little expensive, right? Like, no doubt on the expense of getting to do anything, especially traveling out of America. Okay, we're out of tools and solutions. I can't believe that worked. Holy cow, I can't believe we actually got that one to work. This guy glitched me out because he shot me. Oh. Okay, that one wasn't my fault. That one we got glitched on that one. That was not my fault. Alright, am I in California? I am not in California. No, I am in the Pacific Northwest, so close to California, but not quite. But I love where I live. It's absolutely beautiful. We got waterfalls, we got hiking, we got the beach, we got so many different things that we can go enjoy that are so close to me out here. Pacific Northwest. All right, we're trying to make it through this, but this was an absolutely abysmal landing, and we are paying the price for it. Holy cow! Let's back up a little bit. Get these flyers off me, and then we can try and figure out what we're going to do about the rest of it here. Live in Wales. I know nothing about Wales except for that episode of Archer where they go and stop the people in Wales who are going to destroy a dam. That's basically the only thing I know about Wales is Archer. I'm pretty sure that's not an accurate representation of Wales, but it was beautiful. Okay, this guy has been chasing us for like half an hour. So let's see if we can get this to destroy them. Surprise backpacker, welcome in. Do I remember you? I don't think I remember you off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I've gotten a lot of new people visiting and joining us for the first time, which is excellent, but it is a bummer I can't remember everyone. But also that's not, I also just have a bad memory, so that might also factor into everything. So kickstart my memory. I'll try. You hate waffles. I mean, I understand, I understand that you might be a pancake person. Definitely understand preferring the pancakes over waffles. I won't hold that against you. What's the word? Is bird the correct answer? I feel like that's such an overdone cliche, but also it's such a good... Bird is the word is such a good random song, but it also goes right back to, you know, we're talking about like the generational brain rot and how people are like, oh, these days kids only listen to garbage. Like, are you telling me bird is the word wasn't an absolute garbage meme song? Like, the pa 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 pa, mow mow mow. Like, you're not telling me... You're telling me that that's somehow more stimulating and better than Skibbity Toilet. Okay, your sub 2 max. Sorry, I missed it. A lot of people are chatting. I'm surprised how many people are chatting this morning. Good morning, everyone. It's been a lot of people chatting. Let's see. Oh, we just got blown up. It's from a different time. It is from a different time. That is definitely true. I think that song was made like in the 60s, right? Like, what is shooting me? I can't even see what blew me up. I can't even see what was shooting at me. All right, let's look around a little bit. Why is the first thing I hear in the stream Skibbity Toilet? I'm unsubscribing and leaving. We're talking about brain rot. We were talking about the oh, that's what was shooting me. Okay, we were talking about the Trashman and Surfing Bird and how that was just as brain rotty as Skibbity Toilet. Pepperidge Farms Remembers is a good one too. All right, we're in some serious trouble here. What is going on in this match? Holy cow! There are so many robots coming from everywhere. They do not want us to take this. The song topped the billboards in the 60s. That doesn't mean it's good, right? Like the billboards mean nothing. Which, okay, everyone, we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna take a moment this morning, and we are going to shame Dex, because Dex is always out here. Dex is always out here telling me how terrible my food is and how bad my food choices are. And he was telling me about the pizza he was eating was a goat cheese and citrus lettuce pizza with jam on it. Like, everyone tell me I'm not crazy on that one, right? That is way worse than some of the stuff that I have eaten, right? I'm on break at my forklift job. Enjoy your day playing games. I don't get to play games all day. This is my second job. Once I'm done streaming, I'm going to my regular job. So I too have to go work a regular job still. I don't get to live the life of playing video games all day. And even if I did get to play video games all day, y'all would make me play games that I hate, and it would not be enjoyable, because y'all would be making me play more Elden Ring if you had it your way. So that pizza sounds great. What are you on about? No, it does not sound great. That does not sound great at all. What are you talking about? Wasn't hating on you. Oh, I understand you're not hating on me. I'm just clearing it up that that I too have to go to work. And I understand the frustrations of having to go to work and wanting to just play all day. Or if I had it my way, I'd just do bird watching photography all day, you know? So All right, let's see if we can destroy this thing, because it is giving us one heck of a bad start. Get out of here. The almighty Abyss Walker is never wrong. It's not even a pizza. I stand by. Hello, Lil Daniel. Pizza should be cheese, sauce, and bread, and that's it. Do you play God of War? I have played the new God of War, the what do you like, the Norse mythology saga. I've played that one. I did play the old God of Wars back in the day, but I'll be honest, like it wasn't like super for me. I didn't super enjoy those old God of War games. The newer one I did enjoy, but you know, I know that they're gonna remake the old ones eventually, and we're all gonna get to see and play it again. But I didn't enjoy the old ones. If I was gonna play a game like God of War, honestly, I would instead choose to play Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno was a clone of God of War, but you're playing through Dante's Inferno, like the poem, and that game was super awesome. If you've never played that game, go try it out. It's on Xbox and PS3, so it's a little bit old, but Dante's Inferno was amazing. And to go with it, they created a 1 hour-ish like movie for it. And honestly, like it's not as good as reading Dante's Inferno, like the actual work, but how could it be? But as far as like a visual interpretation of Dante's Inferno, that game and movie kick absolute butt. And if you've never seen it, you should definitely go watch those ones. Can you play Mortal Kombat? I cannot play fighting games. I absolutely suck at fighting games. I cannot play fighting games at all. I'm truly horrendous at them. So I could play against like the bots, but that's not very fun to watch someone playing against bots, right? So like that's about as good as I can do on fighting games. And I never buy them because I'm terrible at them. Like, what's the point of paying full price for a Mortal Kombat game if I'm just gonna play it against the medium AI and that's it, right? That's not worth the cost. I do like the old school, like Mortal Kombat. Of course, I love Mortal Kombat. I was always Scorpion. My brother was always Sub-Zero. I have great memories of that. But honestly, I think Killer Instinct was better. If you ever played Killer Instinct back in the day, like I think that one was better than Mortal Kombat, but never got the same level of popularity I feel like it deserved, you know? What is blowing up? I feel things are... Oh, it's another one of those darn... Those darn walker robots are everywhere. Their forces are way out here. I did watch last night. We watched the new Predator Killer of Killers movie last night. And it was an interesting movie. Like, it had some great great art, but I felt like the writing was very poor on it. Incineration Core is the best way to experience the automatons. I love the variants they've introduced. The Incineration Core has been awesome. The Predator Strain has been a very awesome thing to introduce into the game. Like, I love the variation they've given us. I definitely feel like they've done some great work there. Fallout is for fun. I am considering, I saw that somebody put together a mod pack for Fallout New Vegas that consists of 1,500 different mods for Fallout New Vegas to make it like a completely different game. And I'm considering whether I should maybe pick that up and play that, because I haven't really played Fallout New Vegas because it's kind of glitchy and old. So I'm debating whether I should try and grab that huge mod pack and try a modded run of Fallout New Vegas. Jet Brigade with the jetpack. The jetpack Hulks, I thought they were scary, but honestly, they don't do enough to scare me because they kind of just jump at you. I feel like they need a little bit more oomph to truly be scary. I feel like they just need a little bit more something. I don't know what that something is, but I feel like they do need a little bit more of a threat. Just a little bit more. New Vegas is great. See, everyone's told me that New Vegas is absolutely amazing. But I haven't really experienced New Vegas, and when I went back to play it, there was like a lot of glitches. You know, it was hard to get into because of the age and all that. So I do want to give New Vegas another try, and I thought maybe like a whole mod system would give it a little bit more oomph for me, you know. I hope. I want to like it. I also want, you know, the next Fallout to come out. It's been a while since I've enjoyed Fallout. I've heard that the Fallout 76, that they just did another revamping patch for Fallout 76, and that was really good too. So I also want to see the Fallout 76 update. Jetpack Hulks now have armor level 7, and the spear lock-on broke again. I made a post on the subreddit the other day, and they deleted it because the subreddit is full of power-tripping narcissists. But the game has now been out long enough. I thought it would be really fun to talk about, like, advice that is no longer applicable because, like, the game has changed so much, and, like, one of those things is like, don't bring the spear because the lock-on is broken is an old piece of advice that, well, was no longer applicable. I guess it is now. Things like that are like you'll hear on old videos that no longer apply. I thought it'd be fun to go over some of those old things, but apparently they said that wasn't a good enough discussion for their precious forum, so I have no idea what they're talking about. It is true. The spear does break very often. Fallout 76 is for girls to decorate their camp. I mean, I really like decorating camps too. No lie. That's why we're gonna play the Hobbit game tomorrow, right? That's why we're gonna play the new Hobbit Lord of the Rings game, because I like decorating camps and playing dress up. And like we talked about this before, like when I play World of Warcraft, I almost always play a female character in World of Warcraft because all their clothing option is way better than the male options. And basically, I play World of Warcraft to play Barbie, so I can dress up my character, make stories for them, and then now we're gonna get housing, so I get to decorate a house. So like, I feel that on a deep level. Decorating houses is definitely the funnest part of games. It's the same thing with Monster Hunter, right? Like people play Monster Hunter so that they can do Fashion Hunter, right? That's why people enjoy those games, is to be able to make the best outfits. So everyone knows the true end game of every game is making great outfits and decorating your houses. That's like 90% of the end game for most games for me. Yeah, the end game of any game is to play Barbie with your character's vehicle base. That's what I'm saying. That is the true end game, is to be able to enjoy your achievements and play with all the dress up and all of that. Which, speaking of Barbie, like, the Barbie movie was good, no doubt. Barbie movie was good. I heard that Mattel is going to try and make another Barbie movie, and they're trying to make a stop-motion Barbie movie with actual, like, Barbies. And I'm kind of excited to see what they can do with that, because, like, I love stop-motion. So the idea of putting together, like, a stop-motion Barbie movie after the first one was so good, I think will be really interesting. I'm kind of excited to see what they can do with a stop motion Barbie movie. Why do they have so many mechs? Holy cow, I feel like I'm fighting mechs every time I go somewhere. Blow that up. And there's another one. Holy cow. Dave the Man is back. Welcome back. Welcome to Monday. Change your name and profile. Who were you before, Dave? All right, let's grab these codes. Problem solved. Let's go launch a nuke. Oh, you were David before? Welcome back. Hello from Leona, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is another place that is on my list to visit. My uncle lived in Wisconsin for quite a while, and I always wanted to go visit him out there. but I never got the chance to. Wisconsin is on the list of places I want to visit. Although, fingers crossed, my brother and I don't have the greatest relationship, but we're working on it. And he just got engaged, and he's getting married next year. So there is a chance that we will be going to Iowa next year for that. Hopefully, if I'm invited to the wedding. Hope that I'm invited to the wedding. And if I am, then we will be going to Iowa. I'm very excited to go out there, see the church. Like, I know this is going to be one of those nerdy things that people are like, oh my goodness, you're such a loser. But, like, I'm so excited to get to visit other places to see their Catholic churches. Like, I want to see what the Catholic churches in Iowa and Wisconsin look like. I want to see the Catholic churches in Scotland. I want to see what those look like. Like, I want to see the Catholic churches all around the world. So... that is what I'm most excited about. So if I get to go to Iowa, I'm very excited to hopefully get to see the Catholic churches that are out there and see what their churches are like. Again, I recognize that is one of those super nerdy things. I watched you play a knockoff game. We were playing, it was Wu Chang Feathers Fallen. It was a Souls-like game. That's what we were playing, but I only played it the once. I really didn't enjoy it. I don't enjoy Dark Souls games, and y'all torment me by always asking me to play Dark Souls games, so I did it for y'all, but that is not my kind of game. I do not enjoy Souls-like games. Let's see. We've got another convoy of these things. Why are there so many enemies here? They just truly do not want us to take this planet. They are fighting back something fierce on this one. Torment is called Tough Love and Support. Speaking of support, so as we've talked about, you know, I don't want to be a sellout. I don't want to be that guy who's always like doing ads for Raid Shadow Legend or I can't Raycon earbuds or anything like that. So I don't plan on doing anything like that. However, YouTube has been pestering me to set up my memberships, which is like where you subscribe to me, but it pays like a monthly fee. And so I've been considering setting up a membership, but you're supposed to give like exclusive content for being a member. And I really don't want to do exclusive content. I just want to make content for people. So I don't like that idea. So here's my pitch for it. If someone wants to do that, what I want to do is set it up so that their username is hidden in my videos, and we can do like a fun search for your username that's hidden within each of my videos that I launch each week. And I think that will be a good in between of not exclusive content, not getting locked out of things, but also setting up memberships so YouTube stops messaging me every day saying, hey, set up those darn memberships. Manscaping ad coming in. No, I was actually just talking to Dex about that. I got an ad for a beard trimmer, and they were charging like $120 for a beard trimmer because they put it in a Viking ad. Like, oh, look at how manly these men are who have this manly Viking beard trimmer that has runes etched into it. Like, it's so manly. And I was like, that's basically like the pink tax, but for stupid people. And I hate to call people stupid, but 100%, like, if you're paying $120 for a beard trimmer because it's got Vikings and runes on it, you are a victim of marketing without a doubt. Like, that is so wholly unnecessary in so many ways. I hear the straight razor is the way to go. Sebastian, you are a furry. Nothing wrong with that. We are not furry haters here. I need to go do something really quick. This is terrible timing, but I gotta be right back, so I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. 120 USD. That's about $1,200 in your country. Yeah, it is. It is super, super overpriced for that trimmer. Like I got a beard trimmer for like $20. I've considered using a straight razor. However, I honestly don't know if a straight razor would work for me or not, and I don't want to be like, oh, I'm such a pick-me girl, like my hair is so special, but my beard is so curly that like a regular razor, I cannot use regular razors at all. They completely get clogged up and do not work. Like they break within seconds. So I don't know if a straight edge razor would work or not for me. I know that regular razors do not work, so. All right, let's see if we can clear out a few of these guys. What is going on this planet? Holy cow, there's a lot of enemies. There's a lot of enemies. Okay, we got those guys taken care of. We just got blown up from the sky. Let's run. Straight razors are also low-key scary, if I'm being straight with you. Yeah, there's a... Like, especially if you're going to a barber who's doing a straight razor free. I've heard that, like, a barber straight razor shave is an amazing feeling to be taken care of in that way, but also, like, you've got a stranger with a super sharp blade that they're running on your neck, and that sounds not like a relaxing experience at all. That sounds like a terrifying experience to me, so I'm not sure where people are coming from that it is a relaxing and good experience. But people seem to love it.
Orbital inbound.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Calling in reinforcements.
I think I just got my ally with a barrage. That was my bad, ally. I'm sorry about that. Oh, I was hoping to blow that thing up and I missed. All right, let's go around. We're gonna run out. We're gonna run out of reinforcements. We beat the level, but we're not making it out of this mission alive. These Helldivers are not making it home. We're getting absolutely crushed out here. Did I hit him with that grenade? I did hit him with that grenade. Perfect. Okay. One time I was cutting my hair and he used a straight razor to make edges clean. Cut off a pimple and that hurt. I can do you one better on that. I have some moles on my head, and when I was in high school, I was in the play Annie, and I was Daddy Warbucks, who was completely bald. So they wanted me to shave my head, so we used a straight edge razor to shave my head, and we discovered I had moles by chopping the moles straight off of my head. That was a horrible experience in so many ways. So yeah, they are dangerous. Straight edge razors are dangerous, 100%. I don't. Okay, we got the fortress. I can't believe we got that. I guess let's get out of here. Let's see if we can actually live through this. A bunch of lumpy-headed weirdos. That describes me perfectly, Dex. Lumpy-headed weirdo, I think, is a perfect descriptor for me. What a great morning. Lumpy-headed weirdo. My head is all clean and smooth like my brain. What's that meme that people used to post with the Doge, where it's like my brain is smooth, no wrinkles, and the thoughts bounce right off it? I used to love that one. I'll tell you what meme was awful though. Someone brought it up, and it hasn't been around since 2018. But I'm gonna declare it the worst meme ever made. And I think y'all agree with me. Do you remember when the "somebody touch my spaghetti" was super popular, and how annoying that meme was? That was, I think we can safely say that was the worst meme we've ever had as a society. I'm trying to think of any other meme that's been as annoying, but the "somebody touch my spaghetti" was pretty bad. Another, well, I get, we've been trying to get these Fortress Striders. We've been trying to take these guys out because we've got a mission to hunt them down. So I guess I shouldn't be complaining that they're finally giving us enough Factory Striders to be able to complete our mission, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Back in 2018, there was this really terrible meme that somebody made. I think it was from a old like Looney Tunes cartoon, and it was based on like the the Three Bears. It was a rendition of that, but instead of eating oatmeal or porridge or whatever, they were eating spaghetti. And so the Papa Bear comes home and someone touched his oatmeal, but it was spaghetti instead. He's like, "Somebody touch my spaghetti," and that was the meme. That people posted that on non-stop for a year. You would just be like scrolling through random social media, and you would just get "somebody touch my spaghetti, somebody touch my spaghetti," and that was just the most horrible meme. If you haven't heard it, congratulations. That means you were outside touching grass or doing something productive with your life in 2018. I was not, so for freedom, we are spreading extra freedom today, but we are going to die in the name of freedom, unfortunately. I don't think we're making it off this planet alive. If you enjoy Helldivers, though, I did just post a video about a week ago that I absolutely love. That's "if you give a mouse a cookie," but it's "if you give a Helldivers democracy." I absolutely love that video, and it's a lot of fun, so check that out on my channel. I'm most proud of that piece of work. So if you enjoy the world of Helldivers, I think you'll enjoy that video. I hope.
Calling down fortifications. Requesting advanced weaponry. Calling down fortifications.
You want to talk about dead memes? I'm not going to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to say that the millennial memes when we were younger were way better. Yeah, the Numa Numa guy was okay. Hi, Goofy. But like, I think the rage faces back in when memes used to be rage faces, like Insanity Wolf and actual like rage memes and things like that. Like, it was way better back when we had rage faces. I feel like those were way better memes than what we have now. With good advice and bad advice Duck, and socially awkward Penguin, and all those. I think those were just way better. There's a community near me where Muslim staple food is pork and hard beer. So I don't know a whole lot about the Muslim faith, but I know that a lot of them cannot eat pork. So is that like a different sect of that, or is that just like you know how there's Protestants, how they'll make up their own, version of the religion and make up their own rules? Is it something like that? Because I'm pretty sure not eating pork is like a big one of the, you're not supposed to do that. You should talk about religion on stream. That's definitely a good idea. I mean, this is a Catholic stream first and foremost. We do talk about Catholicism on this stream because I am Catholic, and it is a Catholic stream most importantly. However, I don't like to talk about topics I'm not very well educated on, and like I have read part of the Quran and I studied it to help a little bit for my cousin who thought he was going to be Muslim for a little bit and join the that religion. However, he decided not to, so I am not strongly enough educated in that realm to talk about it, and I am very much of the opinion that if you're not educated on a topic, sometimes it is best just to be quiet and let the people who are educated on the topic talk about it. So that is the position I'm going to take on that. Mel's here. Good morning, Mel. You're Catholic too. Always great to hear. Always great to come in contact with more Catholics. I mean, there's literally billions of us, right? Like, there are billions of Catholics. I'm pretty sure the last statistics said like 1.3 billion Catholics in the world. So, like, literally, there are billions of us. The Eruptor shreds Devastators, Talons, Little Guys, HMG for Hulks and Striders. I love the Eruptor. I do love the Eruptor a lot. I'm more of a fan of the crossbow than the Eruptor, honestly, but the Eruptor is solid. You had relative success with you got to bring the Thermite. The Thermite is absolutely necessary. 100% always need the Thermite. Getting your first tattoo is 3 Holy Hearts. That is excellent, but I'm too terrified of needles to do tattoos. So you are braver than I. Tattoos sound absolutely horrible. Kushka, thank you for the have a blessed day. You have a blessed day as well. 1 second, I gotta delete something here. Boop. We're gonna go ahead and delete the Catholic hate. I thought the Amish weren't allowed technically, let alone streaming. So then there's a lot of things about the Amish. And again, I'm not super educated in it, but to my understanding, the Amish faith, they actually do work with technology, but it's only like to the ability to run their businesses. So they try and limit the amount of technology in their communities and what they do. However, now that modern business is conducted via the internet and cell phones and things like that, I do believe that some parts of their community are allowed to access those tools for the purposes of business. So I think the memes about them having no technology are no longer relevant, because I do believe that they do use some of those things. Some of my Italian friends prefer pineapple on pizza. Okay, pineapple on pizza, there is absolutely nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza. The whole pineapple on pizza thing is a meme just because people read it on the internet. And I say this all the time. It's the same thing with like disliking Nickelback, hating the Insane Clown Posse, hating pineapple on pizza. These are opinions that people don't actually have. They've just seen the opinions online, and so they repeat those opinions, and that's where that comes from. No one actually dislikes pineapple on pizza. It's very good. It's just for some reason the internet has latched on to those memes. What's the worst topping on pizza? Oh, geez. The worst topping on a pizza. I would probably say Brussels sprouts would probably be the worst topping you could put on a pizza. Not saying Brussels sprouts are bad, but I think that they don't belong on pizza. As I have maintained, the proper pizza is cheese, sauce, and bread. You should be able to enjoy each one of those things should be high quality and delicious enough that you can enjoy each part of those, and then they combine to make an even tastier experience. That is how a pizza should be enjoyed. And it's the same thing like I know that people are going to call me like autistic for this, and I'm prepared to take that criticism. But like when I would order a hamburger, I'm vegetarian now, so I don't order hamburgers nearly as much. But like if your burger is a good burger, then I should be able to pick it apart and eat each individual piece of the burger and enjoy it. So the bun should be good enough that if I just eat the bun alone, it should be a good experience. The lettuce should be crisp and tasty enough that I can just eat the lettuce by itself. If the burger is only good completely assembled, then it is not a good burger. Each one of the individual pieces should be good. So I eat my burger with a fork and I take it apart and I eat it layer by layer and enjoy each layer of the burger rather than eating it all together. It's the same thing with pizza. I should be able to pull the cheese off the pizza, enjoy the cheese. I should be able to scoop up the sauce and enjoy the sauce, and I should be able to eat the crust and enjoy the crust. Each piece should be individually good enough that you can enjoy each piece alone, and then combined, they make a better experience. That's not an autism thing. I think that's a culinary standard, a too high one, but a culinary standard. Do you eat burgers in restaurants or fast food? I am vegetarian now, so I typically don't eat burgers. Like I'm not opposed to eating like a Impossible Burger if it's the only option, but typically I'll go for something more vegetarian at fast food and burgers if I'm eating out. Unmod me, I'm over this abuse. It's ridiculous. Like Taco Bell is my go-to fast food. Like if you want a good vegetarian option for fast food, you cannot beat Taco Bell. You're telling me I can get 1,000 calories for $3 and it's completely vegetarian? Yes, please. Give me that. Could be an autism thing too. I don't know. I only have one kind of it. I'll be unstoppable once I collect all of them. What game is this? This is Helldivers 2. The best game to come out in, I would say, probably the last 5 years. But probably one of the best games ever made also, but probably one of the best games to come out in a long time. Who dares to shoot at me? Something just shot a rocket at me. I can't see. There's too much destruction. There's too much smoke. I can't see what's shooting at me. Have you played Uncharted? I have played Uncharted. I think I played Uncharted 3 and 4. I kind of missed the first couple of ones, but I did like Uncharted. I thought it was a pretty awesome series. Vegetarian fast food waffles. Please look up some vegetarian Indian food recipes. It's probably one of the best. I love Indian food. Unfortunately, the Indian food restaurant that was right next to us closed down. But I love Indian food. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Indian food. I just got to try Ethiopian food for the first time. I really liked Ethiopian food too. So I love me all sorts of food. But you know, if we're like on a road trip and I don't have time to sit down and eat, then Taco Bell's my go-to. But I don't prefer fast food. You know. I love chicken biryani. I pre-ordered Metal Gear Solid Delta. Yes, Metal Gear Solid Delta, I have super high hopes for. Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of the greatest games also ever made. I am super hyped for Metal Gear Solid Delta, 100%. What other games do you play? Lately, I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft, a lot of Helldivers, but I play basically every game. I try and enjoy all sorts of games. The only game genre that I really, really don't like is Souls-like games. I just really do not enjoy Souls-like game, but I love RPGs. I love Final Fantasy. I love MMOs. I love puzzle games. I love deck building games. I especially love roguelike games. Like, I love all sorts of games. It's gonna have online too. Yes, they are developing a special online mode just for Metal Gear Solid 3, and I think that is going to be an awesome experience. I am super hyped to experience the new online game mode. Do you play Rust? Okay, I take that back. There is another game genre I hate. Rust is another one of those game genres I absolutely hate. Any of like the persistent world where if you log off, someone is going to raid your base and destroy all your hard work. I cannot stand those games. Like my wife and I, for a long time, we were playing Conan Exiles, which is like Rust but set in the Conan universe. And like it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. It was a super fun game. But like, you know how disheartening it is that every time you log off, every single time you log off, you're gonna log back in and see someone with no life raided your base and all your work is undone. I couldn't do it anymore. I could not stand losing all your stuff. We can be friends on Steam, but for fair warning, you know, I basically sit in invisible mode 90% of the time, so you'll probably never actually see me on Steam because I just sit in the offline mode pretty much 100% of the time. Tomorrow we're going to play the new Lord of the Rings game. We talked about that. I'm really hyped for the Lord of the Rings cozy game, so we're gonna play that game tomorrow. We are gonna play, unfortunately against my will, we are gonna play Elden Ring here soon. We will be playing that one for Blessed Carlo Acutis's canonization, so we are gonna have that game coming up. Do you play FPS games like Call of Duty? Yes. I am actually pretty decent at first-person shooters sometimes, like
Asset destroyed.
Reinforcing.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Reporting to the front.
Sub-objective nearby.
Calling down a support weapon. Requesting orbital.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Requesting air support.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Okay, let's try that. There we go. Okay. Mike is back. I genuinely don't know what happened there. I've never had that happen before. I just decided that it didn't want to work anymore. So yes, we believe in Jesus on this stream. We talk about Jesus quite a lot on this stream. That is always something that we do not mind talking about and bringing up. That was a terrible place to have to redo my mic though, because we are absolutely surrounded and we are in the thick of it, no doubt, over here. So that was terrible timing on that one. I don't know why I talked about this before. I need to take my computer into like a repair shop. Some of my USBs are a little wonky. Like for some reason they disconnect and reconnect all the time. So there's some sort of like wonkiness going on with
Calling down a support weapon.
with that. So you got lit up like a Christmas tree. What is the difference between Catholics and Orthodox? My understanding of the Catholic Orthodox split, there's a lot of little things that kind of added up that culminated into one big disagreement called the Filioque, and the addition of the, I think I'm saying that the Filioque or Filioque was the one that caused a split, and that split has yet to be fixed. And so that's kind of where they branched off from each other. And that was like one of the big ones that caused this split. So they have the same root and origin, but back in history, there was a split over a disagreement. And since then, they have made separate decisions. So they're very similar in a lot of ways and very different in other ways. Phil, okay? I have no idea how to say that one. What disagreement? So the... Oh, I'm going to get crushed by an asteroid here. It was in addition to the creed that said that the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son. It's literally one sentence. It's one sentence, and that one sentence caused so much disagreement that it, in part, caused the split of the church. Like, one sentence caused all that drama. But in hopeful and good news, Pope Leo has been very, very pressing on trying to repair that relationship and bring the Orthodox and Catholic Church back together and undo the split. So, that is something we're always trying to do, is reunite the church, because Catholic literally means universal. Like, the idea is there's one holy and Catholic church, universal church. Everyone should be a part of the Catholic Church. That is the hope. So we are trying to fix that. Leavened versus unleavened communion is one of them. Also, I believe most Orthodox priests are allowed, there's no like vows of celibacy. They're allowed to be married. So I do believe that their priests have a little bit more freedom in that realm. So there's a couple pretty big differences, but like, I would say it's 90% similar. Like 90 to 95% of it is similar. Who are the Protestants? So Protestant is a very, very large category. So Protestant didn't exist until, I'm going to get my dates wrong here. I'm going to get my dates totally wrong on this one. Was it like the 1600s, 1700s when Martin Luther came and stapled his theses to the door and said all these problems with the Catholic Church. That's where Lutheranism comes in. That's like the first Protestants were the Lutherans who split from the church, and then every other Protestant denomination after that was essentially some dude coming in saying, I disagree with the church or Lutheranism on this point, so I am going to start my own religion and I am going to change these rules about it. And so that's why we have 50 million denominations, because basically every time Pastor Steve or Pastor Bob has an idea and says, I want to change this rule, they create their own denomination and make up a new rule and create their own thing within it. So if I'm not wrong, Catholicism is also the only one who believes in purgatory and the Immaculate Conception. I don't know. I know there's Protestants who believe in both of those. I don't know if the Orthodox believe in those ones. Yeah, there are hundreds of Christian denominations and more coming every single day as people come up with their own ideas. And there's great debate over whether or not Catholicism or Orthodox was first. But I mean, that's the thing that always gives me a giggle, is when there's when Protestants are like, well, ours is the true religion. Ours is the original religion that Jesus followed. Like, your religion wasn't invented until like 200 years ago. Like, there's no way that Jesus was Protestant, because it didn't exist until just 200 years ago, you know? Why are there so many disagreements if there's just one Bible? So there's not actually just one Bible. And so that's a really, really, really interesting discussion also. So there's a book called The Bible is a Catholic Book. So remember that the Bible didn't just pop into existence. The Bible had to be assembled. And so there's disagreement over what goes into the Bible, because the Bible had to be assembled by people. But the first Bibles, the canon of the Bible, was created by Catholics. The Catholics are the one who put together, created, and distributed the Bible. And when I say created, I don't mean, literally God is the one who created the Bible, but Catholics are the one who put it together. They were the ones who had the monks coming together to write it and put it out and distribute it. The Bible is a Catholic book created by and distributed by the Catholics. So then the Protestants came and they said, well, we don't agree with these books in the Bible, so we're going to remove those from it. And that's why we say they don't have the wholeness of the faith. They have literally taken parts of the Bible out of the Bible. Have a good night, Abyss. Thank you so much for joining us today. Isn't Christmas a pagan belief by the sun god? No. That is a popular misconception that Christmas is not a pagan holiday. I highly, highly suggest, if you just look up Catholic answers, is Christmas pagan? It will give you the history of Christmas and why it is not a pagan holiday. They also do that for Halloween and a couple other holidays. So that is a very popular thing that you'll see, especially atheists and people say on Reddit, but there's absolutely nothing to actually back that up. In the same way, you'll see a lot of people say that, like, oh, well, Christianity just stole from Norse mythology. If you look up, a lot of Norse mythology was actually made up after Christianity. So I'm not saying that there weren't pagans back before Christianity. That's absolutely true. But a lot of like the modern interpretation of neo-paganism and the Norse pantheon was actually made up in like the 14th century. So it stole from Christianity, not the other way around. Do we actually know the birth date of Jesus? Yes and no. Like obviously we don't have like Jesus didn't point to a calendar and say, yo, this is my birthday, bro. Like that's not how it happened. But we do have a rough timeline and rough dates from the historical parts of the Bible. And then, of course, we know how long a pregnancy typically lasts. And then we have what we call the tradition, which is, a lot of faith before writing and reading was a huge thing. Before all that, we had oral tradition. The faith and tradition was things that were kept alive by people who were there and passed it down from generation to generation. So by putting together the historical parts that we do have and the tradition of the faith, we are able to ascertain the birth date of Jesus through those tools. Sarah, hello. And if you look at the liturgical calendar, you'll see that the Annunciation of Christ, when Mary was first pregnant, you'll see that is 9 months before Christmas. And that's part of how we figured out. We got the date of the Annunciation, figured it out based on the timeline of the Bible, and then moved 9 months from there. What's the difference between Christianity and Islam? Ooh, how do I say this? The reason why they are similar is because basically one is, I don't want to say fan fiction because I don't want to be disrespectful, but basically Islam, like Protestants, they took parts of the Bible and the things that they like and said, we like this, we're going to keep this, and then we're just going to add our own stuff onto it and make our own thing. So that's why they have similarities, is because they share a similar root in what we call the Abrahamic religions, but then it splits off when other people want to add their own bits and pieces to the religion. And that is why there are some similarities with like the Abrahamic roots, but then there's obviously quite a lot of differences that also come along that path as people add to it their own bits and portions to it. However, there is one really important thing that I love about Catholicism, and it kind of fits in with you saying, what do you think of Buddhism? So actually, before I was Catholic, I was a Satanist and I was a Buddhist. So I learned a little about Buddhism. One of the most important things that I think Catholicism teaches is that while not every religion has the fullness of truth, every religion has a bit of the truth. There is something good and beautiful that we can learn from basically every religion, and that can draw us closer to God. So be it Satanism, be it paganism, be it Buddhism, there are some things that we can all learn from those religions that help us to grow closer to God our Father. But as far as Buddhism, I tried Buddhism, and granted, I did it for about a month. So was I a master? No. Was I an expert? No. I really didn't feel like Buddhism was the truth as I was learning it and practicing it. Simply because a lot of what I gathered and gleaned from learning Buddhism was a lot of like breaking the karmic cycle and not getting reincarnated and balancing your good and evil deeds. And to me, that felt very, very selfish. The religion was very much what I was learning from was me. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to do this. And that, to me, that wasn't, that was not the point of a creator, not a point of religion. Wasn't for me, it was supposed to be something greater than myself, right? So that is why I split away from that. All right, let's grab this and take this where it goes. What is Satanism and how does it grow closer to God? So there are two forms of Satanism that are generally accepted. You have theistic and atheistic Satanists. Atheistic Satanists are your most common Satanists. They are people who are essentially atheists. They don't believe in God, but they use Satanism, which is in their opinion, the polar opposite of Christianity, as a political agenda to point out hypocrisy among religion, and especially among government and the mixing of government and religion. So atheistic Satanism has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with like politics and influencing the world around you and that sort of thing. Theistic Satanism is where you literally believe that Satan is the one who saved mankind, that when Satan visited the Garden of Eden as the light bringer and gave the apple of knowledge, that was him giving a gift to humanity to break us free from a evil and tyrannical god. So the theistic Satanists worship Satan as the god who freed us from God. That is where that comes from. Now, how does it grow you closer to God? Obviously, most of it is very opposed to God, so it does sound kind of contradictory to say that that it can grow you closer to God. However, a lot of both theistic and atheistic Satanists have a very, very strict moral code and rules for how they treat other people. And there are quite a lot of especially atheistic Satanists who very much believe in helping the community, doing acts of mercy to help the poor, help the hungry, clothe those in need, and do all those things. So those sort of acts, whether they're done selfishly or not, that can help you to grow closer to God when you're helping your fellow man, because that is literally one of the main points of Christianity, of Catholicism, right? Is what you have done for the least of me, you have done for me. What you bind and loose on earth shall be bound and loosed in heaven. Treat your neighbor as you would yourself. These are all very common teachings and very good teachings from the Bible. Do you know anything about Taoism and Japanese beliefs? I do not know anything in that realm, no. I am not well studied in Taoism at all. I know that Catholicism and Japan have a sordid history. In fact, I was looking at last night, Emmy sent me a saint who was a samurai. So there was Catholicism in Japan, but Catholicism and Japan have a sordid history, we'll put it. What are we talking about? We are talking about Catholicism and Satanism and religion and all that sort of thing. We're exploring religion, answering questions that I can. There will be questions I cannot answer. I am by no means an expert in these areas. What do you think about Hinduism? That is another one that I do not know enough about Hinduism that I don't think I could confidently talk on that topic in any sort of educated or fair capacity, because I simply don't know enough about it. So typically with things like that, I will default back to, like I said, Catholicism says that there is beauty in all religion that can help lead people towards God, and Hinduism would be no exception to that. But I honestly couldn't tell you the first thing about Hinduism. Like, I know absolutely nothing about it. Ten seconds and we make it off this planet. I can't believe we're making it out of this one alive. This was a very rough dive. These last few dives have been very, very rough. They do not want to give up control of this planet. Let's grab the super samples and off we go. What are the... Okay, we got two questions. Are math and science more atheist because of lack of evidence of God, or more literal thinking? And I have a valid question. What is the difference between Catholic and Christian? So, the Catholic and Christian one, so all Catholics are Christian, not all Christians are Catholic. It's like the square versus rectangle, right? Like, all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. So, Catholicism is the original Christianity. Christianity started with Catholicism. Every other Christian is what we call a Protestant. They are someone who looked at the Catholic Church and said, I disagree or dislike XYZ, so I'm going to branch away from it and make up my own parts of it. So all Christians can draw roots to Catholicism, but things like Methodists and Lutherans and Universalists and all of them have split away from the Catholic Church. They are Protestants. They are protesting the Catholic Church as they have split away from it. As for the math and science, that's actually another common misconception that for some reason Christians hate math and science. And I mean, I understand where that comes from. We definitely live in a society that does not value math and science as much as it should. So I know where that stereotype comes from. But I mean, the Catholic Church built Western civilization. Like the university system for higher education, that is a Catholic invention. A lot of scientists, a lot of mathematicians, all those things, that's a very hard life to live, especially back in the before times, because you needed somebody to pay your bills so that you could work on science and math and those sort of things. Who did that? The Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is the founder of a lot of science and math. They put a ton of money in investing for those people to be able to spend time to learn and spend time advancing science by paying for that lifestyle, for funding that lifestyle. So the Catholic Church is not opposed to math or science. They helped to found many of the foundational systems of math and science and institutes like hospitals. What's your favorite version of the Bible? I am a huge fan of the what's it called? The NKV. I'm not a fan of the King James Bible. I'm a fan of NKV. But I also really like I really enjoy the Adventure Bible, which they use for Bible in a Year with Father Mike Schmidt. He uses the Great Adventure Bible, and I do like that one as well. However, actually, you know what? I quit a little bit too early. My clock is off. Why is my clock off today? My phone said that it was almost 6:30, but it's only 6:16. What are we doing? I have time for another match. I thought we were out of time, but apparently we still got a little bit of time. So let's pop back in. We'll do one more. There's different Bibles. Oh man, so as we talked about, there is a Protestant and Catholic Bible, which have different books. So that's one of the big differences. And there's probably 1,000 different translations currently. There's a... Here, let me just pull up a list and read off the list of... Let's see. We've got the English Standard Version, the King James Version, the New International Version, the New American Standard, the New Living, the Christian Standard, the New King James, the Message, the New Revised Standard, Amplified, the New American, the Revised Standard, the Common English, the Good News, the Living, the Vulgate, the Word English, the Young Literal, the Bible in Basic, the Complete God's Word Translation, the New International Translation. Like that's just the first page of Google. Like there is a lot of different translations and adaptations, and that is where a lot of disagreements and fights start, because translation is very tricky, especially when you're translating from ancient Aramaic and Hebrew to modern and from Latin. Like you're going to lose something in the translation, and that's why there is so much disagreement about what does this mean, what does this say. All those sort of things are super important, right? Because words have meaning, and so we fight over what those words mean, because those little things can add up to big differences, and that is very important for people to know what is actually the most correct interpretation. Let's see. What are we bringing here? Let's bring a mech for fun, and let's grab a giant laser for fun. Oh, excuse me.
Allied destroyer.
What is my favorite food cuisine? Oh, that is a tough one. Oh boy. I mean, I talked about, I really love Indian food. Like, I really love naan. I really, really enjoy naan. But like also, like chili rellenos is one of my favorite meals of all time. So Italian pasta is always good. Like, I love everything. I don't think I could just choose one favorite cuisine. Because there's so much good stuff to love. As someone who is working on weight loss and is still a little overweight, you know, I've got problems with food because there's a lot of good food out there, and I like to enjoy that food, and I'm slowly learning how to enjoy that food in moderation because I enjoyed food too much and ate too much of it. So I'm trying to think of any food that I don't like, and really I've tried all sorts of different. The only thing I don't super like is fish. So a lot of like sushi, like a vegetarian sushi. I love a good vegetarian sushi. Roll up some avocado or vegetables and a rice roll. Love that. But anything that's like fish based, not a huge fan of any fish based cuisine. I'm not a fish guy. Have you tried absolute fasting? I fast a lot, but what do you mean by absolute fasting? Like, what's the difference between fasting and absolute fasting? Like, what do you specifically mean by that? Like not eating food from 6 a.m. to sunset? Yeah, so typically Mondays and Tuesdays are my fasting days, and I will not eat from typically around 6 p.m. the previous night until dinner time the following night, which is around 6 or 7 p.m. So I typically try and do multiple 24-hour fasts every week. All right, Dave, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Thank you for chatting with us. So I'm a big fan of fasting, and I encourage everyone who can fast to fast, though I always preface it, I am not a doctor. I cannot give you medical advice. I can't tell you whether or not fasting is right or not for you. I don't have that capability, but the benefits both physically, mentally, and spiritually for fasting are super, super good for you, so I cannot recommend it enough. I truly believe everyone, if they can, should fast because the benefits are so great from it. When do you go live every week? I am live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., give or take. Am I a Crusader? No. The Crusades are a very difficult topic. It is a topic that I think you really need to be an expert in the Crusades to really talk about it. The reason why I have a Crusader as my logo, one, I wanted something that when people looked at it, they immediately thought Catholic, because again, this is a Catholic stream. We talk about Catholic things, so I wanted that association. However, I also feel like the Catholic Crusader has been, I don't know if appropriated is the right word, but that is the word I'm going to use. The Catholic Crusader lately has been appropriated by some very, very extreme traditional groups who I think are giving Catholicism a bad name by going online and LARPing as Crusaders and saying we need to put to death the LGBTQ or all these other very hate speeches. So my goal with the Crusader was, one, again, to immediately identify as Catholic, but also to help reclaim that image of the Crusader not being abused in that manner. Who are the Templars? So again, that is not a topic that I think I am well versed enough in to talk about. The Crusades are a very controversial part of history. I'd highly recommend just to, like, again, Catholic Answers. If you go to Catholic Answers and look up the Crusades, they have a giant encyclopedia of all the different Crusades and what they are and why they existed and what happened, and understanding the difference between offensive and defensive war and where they fit into history, and of course the the flawed nature of man, who mayhaps have taken a good thing and turned it into something bad. There's a lot of history there. Is your logo cooking in the background? Yes. The Waffle Knight is in the background, slowly making pancakes. Since I go by Saint Waffles, waffles have kind of become my motif, and we have a lot of waffle things popping up. So that he is cooking some waffles in the background. What is life to you? What is the meaning of life? So as a Catholic, the meaning of life for me is that God has given me this beautiful and precious gift of life, and the purpose of it is to spend my life getting to heaven. And that is living a life that is pleasing to God, so that I can spend eternity with my Creator in eternal happiness and worship of God. So that is the sole purpose of life, is to live a life that is pleasing to God, that gets us to heaven. How to repent. So repentance is, there's a lot of different parts of it. You'll of course know that Catholics believe in confession. Big fan of confession. However, non-Catholics cannot go to confession in most situations. There are some rare scenarios where you actually are able to go to confession, but I'm not going to get into those. So confession would be the normal thing, I'd say, but if you're not Catholic, then that is not available to you. So repentance is, of course, the basic step is apologizing for the wrong that you have done. But the bigger part of repentance is to sin no more. So it's not saying that you won't mess up. It's not saying that you won't have failings and fallings and mess up, but it's the turning away from sin and actively trying not to do those wrongs again. That is the true repentance, is trying to actively live your life in such a way that is pleasing to God and distance yourself away from those things that are displeasing. Once you become Catholic, though, then that involves the step of going to confession and going to a priest and confessing your sins for true repentance and getting absolved of those sins. It's great to hear his speeches as he hell dives. This is why I started streaming. So I gotta thank you guys for asking these questions. This is truly why I got into streaming, was to find a mix between enjoying video games, but talking about Christianity, talking about Catholicism, and just helping to enjoy the word, enjoy God's creation, play some video games, and just find a good balance between the two. And that was always my goal with starting a stream. So here we are doing it, right? Like, here we are. We made it work. Have you played Doom? Oh man, Doom is... I know I've said this about every game y'all have brought up. Doom 1993, the original Doom from 1993, is, in my opinion, top 5 greatest game of all time. It is darn near a perfect masterpiece with 0 flaws. I love the original Doom. Doom 2, absolutely love it. Doom 3, flawed. Doom 3 has flaws, don't get me wrong. Doom 3 has some flaws, but I still think it succeeds as a horror game, and I love it for that. The Doom reboot in 2016, again, darn near flawless, absolutely love it. Doom the Dark Ages, I did not like Doom the Dark Ages. I felt like they spent way too much time on gimmicks. The music was not nearly as awesome as I come to expect from Doom. But personally, if you want to experience the best way to experience Doom, the best way to experience Doom, in my opinion, is to download a mod called Brutal Doom that remakes the original Doom. Play Brutal Doom, and that is the, I think, authentic and intended experience for Doom. Brutal Doom is an absolute masterpiece of a mod. If you haven't experienced it, please experience Brutal Doom. What about Doom Eternal? I honestly didn't play a whole lot of Doom Eternal. I felt the difficulty was off on that one, and I really didn't enjoy Doom Eternal that much, but I didn't play it enough to fully formulate an opinion on it, I don't think. But Brutal Doom. Play Brutal Doom. That is the definitive Doom experience. It's bloody, it's good, it's fun, it's chaotic. It's an incredible experience. Let's see, we need to go just up a little. Oh, hello there.
Orbital inbound.
That dude snuck up on me. What about Devil May Cry? In theory, I like Devil May Cry. The music's good. The flowing of combat is good. It has all the elements I should like out of a game. The problem is, I suck at it. And so it's really hard to enjoy because I'm so bad at it that I can't get into the flow. I want to enjoy it, but I'm too bad at it to enjoy it. But it's a good game. And a good anime. They just released a Devil May Cry anime on Netflix that's pretty good too. So if you haven't gotten to experience that, the Devil May Cry anime is pretty good also. Who died and how? What? Oh, there's artillery over there. Top 5 game characters based on lore. Strongest video game characters based on the lore. Well, I would have to say the Doomslayer is probably on that list, since he's like the entirety of the trope of too angry to die. So I'll throw Doomslayer on that list for certain. I think Kratos probably also has a spot on that list. Luigi.
Calling in orbital strike.
Kirby, yeah, Kirby definitely deserves a spot on the list. Kirby, the sweet, innocent, absolute destroyer of worlds. Any character with like the Toon Force. I think any character who's got like cartoon physics, like I'm pretty sure there's like Bugs Bunny games and things of that nature. Any like this is where like One Piece. Forewarning, certified One Piece hater. I absolutely despise One Piece. That's where people talk about like Luffy now has access to the Toon Force and becomes super powerful because you can't compete with fourth wall breaking, physics bending power, right? Bugs Bunny is unstoppable if he chooses to be. Which also, fun fact, Nimrod. So Nimrod is actually a character from biblical stories, great hunter, and Bugs Bunny used to call Elmer Fudd Nimrod because he was a bad hunter. He was insulting him. He was trying to say, oh yeah, you're really a great hunter, when he's not. And now Nimrod is used as an insult. So Bugs Bunny actually is the source of the insult Nimrod, which is kind of really fascinating. Strongest comic book characters. I don't know enough about comic book characters to honestly know who is the most powerful, but oftentimes I'm pretty sure it boils down to whoever the writer wants to be the most powerful, right? If you do Batman versus Superman, it's whoever the writer wants to win. Same thing with like Hulk and Spider-Man and all. It's whoever the writer wants to be the most powerful is going to be the most powerful. Like that's just up to whoever's writing the story, right? That being said, I am a sucker for Green Lantern. I love Green Lantern. I love the idea of like the willpower. My willpower is so strong that I can use it to defeat evil. I love their in the darkest, brightest day and darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Fear Green Lantern. I love it. I love Green Lantern. Green Lantern and Batman are my absolute favorite superheroes. Have you read the manga? No, I don't read manga. Manga is too expensive and takes up too much space for what it is for me to purchase and engage in manga. Like if you own the complete manga collection of One Piece, that's what, 1,200 books, 1,300 books at this point? Where would you keep that many books? That's basically a library. And then, no one reads just one manga. You got to throw in all the other ones, right? So all of a sudden, you don't have space for anything else. You just got books upon books upon books. So there's no way. The only exception I'll make to that is compodiums, like Invincible. Invincible released 3 compodiums, so it's just 3 large books that take up about as much space as an encyclopedia. Those I'm okay with, but just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books of manga, I don't have room for it. You can't see it because my background is nice, but my room is horribly messy. I still have to clean so much of my room, so I can't afford to clutter up my room with more stuff. All right, now it is 6:30, so now it is time for me to go do my chores and get ready for actual work today. So unfortunately, I must go now. It is time for me to go do chores and do my real day job. So as always, let's end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. We continue to pray for victims of violence. We continue to pray for an end of all violence, whether that be war, domestic violence, emotional violence, whatever the violence may be. Lord, we ask for an end to all violence. We continue to pray for all the people who are considering the vocation of priesthood and all the people who are looking at vocations in general, whether that be monastic life or the married life. Lord, help those who are considering vocations. We continue to pray for our current priests. They have a very hard and difficult job. Many of them are lonely and struggling in these difficult times. Lord, help our priests. And finally, we continue to pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who've been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone, that is it for me. We will be back at it. I might surprise you all with a surprise stream tomorrow, so don't hold me to it, but the new Lord of the Rings game comes out tomorrow, and if Lord of the Rings comes out early enough in the day, we will do a special stream tomorrow to play the Lord of the Rings game. I'm very excited to try out the Tales of the Shire, so if it comes out early enough in the morning, I will do a special stream tomorrow morning to play that game. So maybe a special stream tomorrow. If there's not, I'll for sure be on Wednesday, like always. Have a blessed day, everyone, and we will hopefully see you tomorrow.